to my dance money. I can say, why dear girl?
Man from the Leo, GK, but really boiled down to key 10 my ratio. Puffing up and up in my grace like inspirations. I got assurance, so I know that I pay. I check the life lane, but how the four lanes and full blood, suffering the day.
Welcome back to another Camera Farmer. Sometimes I'll put up pictures and they're double exposed. They're not. They look double exposed. What I do is I use a sheet of Perspex and reflect light on it, or the one that I do a lot. And now, this doesn't work a lot. You have to just keep going at it until you get a bit of light in it, because the angles have to be, and it's quite a small bit of Perspex, so you have to be quite close, and it doesn't matter. You get these for a few pound for 5, and what you could do is sand some of them, mess them up. And the other thing I do is I use this and spray water on it. Again, it doesn't always work. You have to really keep going until you get one that looks good. But it is a good way of getting this fake. You can see the light reflecting, and basically you just shoot through that, and it gives you a fake double exposure, or just messes it up. I can't remember the guy in the band Portishead. I can't remember his name, but he used to get LPs and scratch them up and wreck them to get this sound. And this is kind of the same thing. You're destroying the picture, you're ruining it, but then it's not a photograph, it's then a bit of art, I suppose. And then you look at it and you go, well, I like all these messy bits. It's like a blurred picture. I love blurred pictures, streaky lines and all that sort of thing. I love it. But again, it'll be the Camp Snap this week, and it was pointed out to me that I should do other cameras. I will be doing other cameras, 100%. This is not a Camp Snap channel. This is just the camera that I'm using at the moment. It's got me back into getting out and just taking photos for the hell of it. I use all sorts of cameras. Sports cams I love because they take amazing street photography pictures. If you take this extreme wide angle image, put it into black and white, it comes alive, and they're great for that. And I have all sorts of cameras, not just good DJI action cameras or pockets. I've got, I would surf a lot, and on my board I would put SJ cams, which were just a knockoff of GoPro. They weren't great, but they were cheap, and if you lost them in the water, it wasn't such a big deal. But then I started taking pictures with them, and again, there's a kind of grain on it, the way it looks, the noise looks grain-like, and I enjoy them. I still shoot with them. The batteries are all dead for them, so you have to plug it into a power bank. But they all work. I've got, I think, 4 or 5 of them. So I use them for different things, and just they're in a box somewhere. I keep hitting this mic. I'm going to move this mic. So they're in a box somewhere, and I'll look them out, and we'll go through one at a time, and the different things you can do with them, and all the sports cams. But another part of the show is that it's getting out and going places, and I might go in an old derelict street, and it's just, I don't know, I just want to share what's around me, and and then I will go, when weather's better, I will go further afield, because today it took me 25 minutes just to get the ice off the car. It's really cold, so I won't be going far. But yeah, it's the show's not just about focusing on a particular one camera, the details of cameras and all the minutiae. I'll give you a prime example. I went out the other day to take pictures with another camera, and I've got this old Panasonic G2. They were kind of popular-ish at the time. They weren't huge. I got one, loved it. There's always this weird mix with me with really cheap cameras or some expensive ones I've got in a box down there. There is that mix. And I'm going down a part of Dundee called Broughty Ferry. Sun shining, water's glistening, everything's looking good. I could get some high contrast shots. Oh, okay, black and white in square format, the best thing about that camera. And then I start clicking away settings, and I get really annoyed. I've got so used to having no choices and just taking pictures. And when I look at the pictures, I'm quite pleased with them. And then I've got all these functions and menus. And not in a Luddite way, not in a way that I'm going, oh, I hate functions and menus. No, you need them to get pictures, and that's fine. But I just got really spoiled. You're not so in the moment. So I think this is the time where big camera could come in, and if Fuji or one of these companies made a camera like this that did nothing apart from take a picture, but not in this way, because CampSnap, they do their own thing where it's kind of low quality. But if Canon or someone made something like this that took a high quality picture that you didn't need to think about, I think they would fly off the shelves. Not that I know anything about business and cameras, but I think that would be a popular thing, because it just gets away from it. You see, when people take pictures with their phones now, they're not using the pro settings, they just go click, click. That's essentially it. And I see, is it Pentax have brought out a half frame film camera, and it's like £600, and you can't get them for love nor money. People are really wanting this side of photography again, which is encouraging. So, yeah. Well, if Canon does do it, then, you know, I came up with the idea. 10%, that's all I'm asking. So today, I'm going to go out and with this, spray some water and shoot through this. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I do have a few pictures from years ago that I've still got and I'm still happy with. And it was just doing that. And it was on a beautiful, not a sunny day, it was a bit overcast, but it was a warm day. And it was bone dry outside. But there was a lot of shadows. And when I shot through this water, it looked like a damp, cold day, and that was fun. I enjoy that sort of thing. So anyway, that's what I'm going to go out to do today. And I appreciate everyone leaving comments, because it's encouraging. Because again, I don't know why I'm doing this little thing. I'm just enjoying doing a YouTube show about terrible cameras and a terrible photographer in terrible weather. I think that's fine. I think that's the best way to describe this program, show, YouTube thing. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. One other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make myself a strap for this, because I almost dropped it the other day, and nothing would happen. It was on grass and it would be fine, but I don't want to. I'm just very clumsy. I've always been very careful with my cameras, and when I go to sell them, they're basically sold as new condition. It's been very rare that any camera's had a dink in it or any scratches or anything. Usually when I get cameras, the screen cover's got, the day I get it, a UV filter, a screen, everything's protected, because cameras are expensive. And you can't just get one and break it, and then, you know, even these cheap things, I don't want to break it. It's £65, but that's £65. So we'll get out, take some pictures, see how it goes. Probably won't work, but at least I'm getting out and getting fresh air. Okay, so we're now down at the waterfront. This is actually on the cycle path that goes around Dundee. So you're a few miles to the centre of Dundee there, a couple of miles, and then it takes you all the way down to Broughty Ferry Castle that you can see in the distance, all the Har going out to the estuary that's the North Sea. Across to Fife, which is looking spectacular with all the fog coming through the trees. This is where they put up the wind turbines, and I think the decommissioned oil rigs there. We were getting massive amounts of wind farms out in the water, so they all get put together here and then taken out. But this is where I would cycle most nights. Absolutely beautiful. You're down by the water, so all nice and calm. If it's not windy, you're okay. Right, so what we'll do, we'll try some pictures, getting some shots to see what happens. These rarely work, but when they do, they're fun. Right, and then, because I'm not staying out here all day, I am freezing already. We'll put some water on this. And then shoot through that. I always do it at a slight angle because then it reflects a bit more light. Right, I'm putting this away because as you can see there's ice everywhere. Really cold, and now I've got wet fingers. This is not helping the situation. But that's okay, we're here to have fun. Oh, my mic's getting covered, hold on. That's probably just, all you've heard is my jacket rustling. Not doing it again. Right. I'll go for a short walk along here. And to be honest, this is a great place if you're out cycling. You need a pee stop. It's quite secluded down here. Down in this area. You can always nip in a panic pee. I'll take a few more shots and then we'll call it a day. And then hopefully we'll get something out of these just few images I've taken. It might look as through a rainy window. I mean, the thing is, you could just, if you drive and you're in your car and it's a dry day, just spray the window and just shoot from the car. It's the same thing. It's all about experimenting. Having fun. So yeah, this was a great cycle. I really enjoyed doing this one. Dundee does have its nice points. There's occasionally something alright about it. This sun is blinding, and the fields are all still, across in Fife, they're all still frosty with the har. It's a really nice shot. I don't think for this camera, I think it's too far for that, but you know, we'll give it a go. This is where I was the other day, and I was saying about my frustrations with the G2. I just want to switch on and take pictures. So this is becoming my favourite camera very quickly. Pretty much the same as the action cameras. You don't need to do anything to them, you just switch them on and take pictures. That's what makes them so much fun. Well, even though it looks amazingly sunny and warm, already my hands are frozen, so I'm going to call it a day and then get back to work, to be honest. Take a couple of more pictures. These crows are looking friendly. Let's see if we can get a bit closer. I'll try and get them without that post in it. That wasn't too bad. A few more shots. And I will see you next time. I'm waiting to see if these worked.